Hi, I'm Daniel Salem, reporting for Kids First, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with Jose Hernandez about A Million Miles Away. Jose Hernandez is a former NASA astronaut known for his remarkable journey from a background in migrant farm work to becoming an astronaut. He achieved this feat by joining NASA's astronaut corps and flying on the SCS-128 mission above the Space Shuttle Discovery in 2009. The film is a biographical film about his life. Let's talk with Jose Hernandez about A Million Miles Away.
So thank you, Mr. Hernandez, for joining me on the show.
Thank you for the invitation, Daniel. Happy to be here.
So I want to start by asking, how accurate is A Million Miles Away to your life story?
It's pretty accurate, Daniel. I mean, the whole gist of the story of starting as a migrant farm worker to become an astronaut, of course, all that part is true. The story of Miss Young, my parents, my wife, all that is true. Now, having said that, a few caveats with respect to telling a life story in the span of 2 hours. There were a few liberties taken in terms of condensing characters into one and maybe shifting the timelines a little bit. But other than that, it's a pretty accurate story.
So how did you work with the filmmakers and actors to really make sure that your story was told authentically and effectively?
Well, first of all, they read my book, Reaching for the Stars. Second, I worked close hand in hand with the three screenwriters. The first one was Bettina Gialois, who wrote the first draft, and I gave her some feedback. Then there was Hernan, who wrote the next drafts, and who I also collaborated and gave him my feedback. So Hernan did a very good job there, Jimenez. And then finally, our director, Alejandra Marquez Avella, finished up the script. And of course, I gave her some feedback too. And even so, after that, when the filming started, of course, the actors interviewed me and we worked together. So Michael Peña got the gist of my personality, my sense of humor, and then during filming, the director she would message me and ask me, "Hey, what happened here, or how can we portray this?" And I would give him feedback. So very happy how the movie turned out.
Interesting. So in the film, we watch how difficult the obstacles and intense physical challenges that astronauts have to endure in the training. So what motivated you to just push through that training?
Well, it was the fact that I wanted to be an astronaut and I was so close to it. I said, I'm not going to give up now. All these things you had to get a good grasp on, and there was manuals you had to study, tests you had to take. And again, it was like drinking from a fire hose. I equated to being something like being in finals week for 2 years in a row.
So would you say that the film accurately captured that struggle that you faced
I
in those
would.
challenges?
I would. I also am very happy that it captures several instances where I have self-doubt of myself, because I think a lot of us experience that. Even me as an astronaut, I had self-doubt, and so I'm glad that the film picks that up in a very subtle way, yet allows the character, myself, to deal with these internal demons and to conquer them and to finally succeed in being named on a mission, train, and go into space.
So there is a scene in the film that I really just loved where you were asked, why were you so passionate about reaching for the stars and why did you want that? So do you think after all these years, do you think you can pinpoint why you were so drawn to space exploration?
Ever since I was a 10-year-old and I saw the very last Apollo mission, I knew I wanted to be an astronaut. I knew my calling was to go up into space and experience being up there and looking at our planet from a unique perspective. And I think that's what drove me, is the unknown that I wanted to achieve and get to know. And thank goodness I was able to succeed with the help of family members, with the help of my wife, with the help of my teacher. It was a community effort. So I'm glad that this story tells it in a form that ensures that, it was done through a very good support network. And, it takes a whole family, it takes a community for me to be able to achieve my dream. And without them, there's no way I would have reached it.
Yes, of course. So, A Million Miles Away brilliantly portrays your journey from your humble beginnings to becoming an astronaut. So, reflecting on your life story, what is the most significant lesson that you've learned?
I think the most significant lesson that I learned is to never give up on yourself. It's okay to doubt yourself, but prepare yourself and work hard and get that confidence you need to achieve that goal that you want.
So, finally, what do you hope for audiences to take away from watching A Million Miles Away?
Well, it's a feel-good story that I hope to take away feeling inspired, but also equipped with the tools I had, which is my father's 5-ingredient recipe and perseverance. That if they take that together with their new inspiration, as a result of seeing the movie, that they too can reach for their own stars.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hernandez, for taking the time to talk to me.
Yes, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
A Million Miles Away releases on Prime Video on September 15th, 2023.
I'm Daniel Salem, reporting for Kids First. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel to stay informed about upcoming films. Thanks for watching. See you next time.